Welcome back to the Kingdom Podcast, where we break down mindset, psychology, and the habits that shape your results, your identity, and ultimately your life. I'm your host, Matthew Robb, and in today's episode, we're diving into one of the most life-changing skills a human being can develop: emotional self-control. Not suppression, not pretending, not bypassing, but mastery. Because if your emotions control you, your life belongs to whatever moment you're in. But if you control your emotions, your life belongs to your decisions. Today, we're unpacking emotional mastery through the lens of modern psychology and the timeless wisdom of the Stoic philosophers: Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, men who built entire worldviews around the mastery of the inner world. Let's get into it. Here's why emotional control matters more than people think. One of the biggest misconceptions in self-development is this idea that success is about intensity, hustle, grind, force. But in reality, the people who build incredible lives aren't driven by intensity. They're driven by stability. High performers don't make the best decisions sometimes. They make the best decisions consistently. And you can only do that when your emotions don't hijack your mind. The Stoics said, "You become powerful the moment you realize you cannot be moved by external things." Modern psychology says the same thing, but in different words. Your emotional state determines your behavioral patterns. If your emotions are unpredictable, your results will be unpredictable. If your emotions are steady, your life becomes steady. This is why emotional mastery is a superpower. Here's the problem. Most people live on emotional autopilot. Most people never develop emotional control because they never observe their emotions. They react to them. Someone criticizes them and they get defensive. Someone ignores them and they feel insecure. Someone disrespects them and they explode. Life doesn't go their way and they spiral. This isn't fate, it's conditioning. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." You don't control everything in your life, but you always control how you interpret it, and how you respond to it. And that makes you unstoppable. The Stoic model, put simply, is this: between stimulus and response, there is a space, and in that space is your power to choose. Emotional mastery begins in that space, the space between the trigger and your reaction, your emotion and the action, the feeling and the decision. Most people have no gap. Something happens and they react instantly, unconsciously. But when you practice emotional control, the gap widens, and in that gap, you reclaim your power. You stop reacting, you start responding. You stop being controlled, you start choosing. This is emotional freedom. Now let's jump into the modern psychology side of this. Your nervous system controls your behavior. Your emotional reactions aren't random, they're patterns. Your nervous system has learned what to fear, what to avoid, and what to overreact to based on past experiences. This is why certain things trigger you disproportionately. You're not reacting to the event. You're reacting to the memory your nervous system associates with the event. Emotional control means interrupting that pattern, noticing the trigger, choosing a new response, and rewiring the emotional association. This is how new behaviors and new identities are formed. Now back to the Stoics. The entire Stoic philosophy can be summarized in one sentence: focus only on what is within your control. Your thoughts, your actions, your choices, your interpretations, all within your control. Other people's decisions, not in your control. The past, not in your control. Random circumstances, not in your control. The Stoics believed the emotional suffering comes from misplacing your focus, trying to control what isn't yours to control. Emotional mastery is learning to let go of the external, so you can take full command of the internal. Here's an example you can apply today. Let's say someone disrespects you. Most people get angry instantly, their ego takes over, their emotions lead the moment, but a Stoic and a psychologically trained mind asks, is their behavior under my control? No. Is my response under my control? Yes. Which one matters more for the future? Always the response. This isn't weakness, this is power. Anyone can react, few can choose. The real reason emotional mastery changes everything is because when you can control your emotions, you control your reactions, your habits, your relationships, your self-image, your decisions, your long-term results. Your entire life is shaped by the quality of your emotional regulation. Change that and you change everything. And here's something that the Stoics understood that most people today completely miss. Emotional self-control isn't about being calm. It's about being capable. When you're calm, you're not harmless. You're focused, you're intentional, you're powerful. A storm can't move someone who is rooted, and life can't break someone who has mastered themselves. Most people think strength is force, but real strength is the ability to hold your center when everything around you is trying to pull you out of it. And there's a saying that I like to go by, that it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener at war. That being said, it's better to be capable and know when to stay calm, rather than being unprepared and simply reacting when the world around you is crumbling. Think about your own life right now. Who triggers you? What situations consistently knock you off balance? What patterns keep repeating because emotion hijacks your decisions? These aren't problems. These are invitations. Invitations to grow. Invitations to rise. Invitations to become more than you were yesterday. The Stoics believed every challenge was a forge, a place where identity is refined through pressure, heat, and resistance. And that's the irony of emotional mastery. You don't become unshakable by avoiding storms. You become unshakable by standing inside them. Every difficult person strengthens your patience. Every setback strengthens your resilience. Every disappointment strengthens your perspective, and every challenge strengthens your character. Life is not testing you to watch you fail. Life is training you to watch you transform. Your job is to stop saying, why is this happening to me? And start asking, who is this shaping me to be? Because once you learn to control your internal world, your external world can no longer intimidate you. And that's the essence of emotional self-control. It frees you. It frees you from impulsive decisions, unnecessary pain, reacting to every trigger, from the chaos of other people's actions, from living at the mercy of circumstances. Emotional self-control gives you your power back. And when you have that, there's nothing left that can truly stop you. If this episode resonated with you and you're ready to build a level of emotional mastery that makes you unshakable, come join us inside the Kingdom Training Academy on School. Surround yourself with people who are leveling up their mindset, strengthening their emotional discipline, and building their lives based on intention, not reaction. The link will be down below in the description. Until next time, keep your faith strong, keep your mindset sharp, and keep building your kingdom.